Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Magic Dance is a moving game where witches will be moving around the board, but you don't know which witch is which witch, right? So you get a little bit of confusion about which witch you should be moving or which witch you should not be moving, right? This is published by Ravensburger, who makes a lot of great children's games, and adult games for that matter. And I really like Ravensburger. When their name's on a side of a kid's game, it piques my interest a little bit, same way Hava does. And Ravensburger really delivers in a lot of respects. This reminds me of Sorry, if Sorry was done correctly. So everybody's going to have these witches on the board, and everybody's going to have the same black cap. So it's the hat from the witch. But on the bottom of it, where nobody can see, it might be your color, yellow, red, blue, or green, kind of like Sorry. And you're moving these people around the board, they get the same space, they can move backwards, and you have to get them all the way around in order to get them lined up, just like Sorry. But you don't know who is who, and as you move around the board, you got to keep track. Okay, these were mine here, somebody else moved it, okay, that one's mine, and you can forget sometimes very easily, especially the little ones, when the little kids are playing, and you end up moving somebody else, and that wasn't me, I was moving it the whole time, and that's kind of the fun it is. So, if you like Sorry, Magic Dance is absolutely something that you should pick up and play. I think that this will be a really fun addition. And it's very easy. The rules are simple and it has really great components. I ended up getting rid of this one. And the reason why I got rid of this one is we don't really like Sorry. We don't really like Trouble, games like that, where you're kind of moving around the board. The kids didn't want to come back to this one, just didn't have enough oomph with all the great children games that are out on the market. Witches really doesn't appeal to us. It wasn't something like an IP that my kids were very interested in. So, in that case, it's a Purge. Solid game. I think it replaces like that Trouble, Sorry atmosphere, but not enough for us, so we won't be keeping this one. Here's Magic Dance by Ravensburger, a nice children's game. You can see the dancing wishes and the little black cat there. So it's a very appealing cover. Open it up. You're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. You're going to see the board here, which is actually a very cool board. I like the cartoons and the witches kind of dancing around. And it's really just a bunch of tracks coming in here at the center. But I think the artwork is fantastic. There's little hidden things to look for and funny. Here's one that turned into a frog head. So some really comical things that you can look for in there. Here is the insert. You can see that it is way too big for what it needs to be. It's got... not much here at all, but you can see that it takes up quite a bit of real estate. And here, a dice is nice. These little things are witches' hats. They're pretty cool on the other side. Very good components. So here's a rule book for Magic Dance. It's a black and white. You have a picture of components here, which is nice. You have the object of the game. Setup will be here, and how to play will be there. And then you'll have the end of it, the tricks, and the end of the game here. The rest of this is just going to be a different language. So it's not that hard to comprehend. I think the rule book is pretty clear. It would be nice to have it in color, but this is what we were given. What you're going to do is you're going to take your colors, you have different colors on the other side of this, and you put them on your starting space. The oldest player will roll the dice, take their starting person, and move that many spaces. Roll and move. Very easy to do. Now, when you roll, you're allowed to move anybody on the board you want, because nobody can see the bottom of them, correct? So once they're in the circle, anybody can move this person. Now, if you ever bump on the same space, the other person has to move back 7 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you would reveal the color of it, and everybody would know what that is to memorize that as the game goes on. Now, the more witches that are out here kind of dancing around, the more confusion there's going to be, right? So if you do like this, you might kind of lose track of who is where as the game is going on. And you can never peek to see who is what. What you're trying to do is get your person, so if you're yellow, you're trying to get your person over here to the takeoff over on this side of the board. If you are yellow and you come up through here, that is fine. You can go into the takeoff space. You can never, if you have to go backwards, you can never back up into this. You always have to go forward into this location. The first person to get all their witches into the takeoff location is the winner of the game. So it's a roll and move as you're going around. If you bump into somebody, you go back 7 spaces. You need to get them into this position right here. Who should buy this game? If you're somebody likes Trouble or Sorry or something like that, get them this game. This is probably an upgraded version of it. They'll already kind of be familiar with it, and you might lead them down the path of, hey, Ravensburger, they've got some good games out here. Maybe I'll check some of these out, and they can go down that path of games.